Right now at 4, summer in February continues with another unseasonably warm and windy afternoon. Hours ago, we stopped by a very busy Forest Park where people were out enjoying the weather. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. We broke another record high temperature today, but don't get used to that. Conditions are changing. Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank is in for Scott to tell us more. Hey there, Gary.
Yeah, good afternoon. As it doesn't feel much like February, as you mentioned. We talked about how warm it's been. Yesterday set a record, and we stayed warm overnight, and sun came out. And here's another record that we've set. Not only did we tie the record at noon, we got to 85 degrees today. That is the warmest that we've ever been this early in February. That's the first time that we've hit 85 this early in the year. So that's another record set. These goes all the way back to 1874. So very impressive. One of the key components for that, obviously, the southwest wind. As we show you, our average high is 50 degrees. That smashed the old record in 1981 at 79 degrees. So that's probably where we're going to top out is 85. But regardless, very warm conditions. Now, as we have all this warm air, why are we not seeing much in the way of thunderstorm development? One of the keys for us is as this frontal system that settles in, there's not much moisture. We're set in between two areas from the Storm Prediction Center with an enhanced risk. And as I zoom into specific areas off to our southeast, like DuQuoin, Perryville, this is more toward Cape Girardeau and Mount Vernon. This really kind of splits the metro area into the south because we have dry air, we have warm air that settles in. In the next 12 hours, I would expect as a sharp cold front moves in, some of us will see rain, others miss out completely. The severe risk is higher to the southeast, but significantly cold air later. Goes from the 80s to the 60s pretty quickly, and that's where rain chances go up. We'll highlight which areas may miss out and also talk about those severe threats in those southeastern areas and the big change on the way overnight.
All right, Gary, stay close. Your Weather First forecast is always available. Download the free 5 Plus streaming app on your Roku, Fire TV, or Apple TV. Just search KSDK in your app store.
Right now, St. Charles County Police are looking for a man who shot and critically injured a woman last night near St. Peter's. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live at the St. Charles County Police Department with new details. Diamond, police say they're following several leads.
Well, Kay, that's exactly right. St. Charles police are telling us they believe this shooting was not random, and the suspect and the victim know each other in some way or some fashion. Police say they know who they're looking for, but at this time, they're not releasing a detailed description of the suspect in order not to compromise this investigation. Now, the shooting happened around 7 p.m. on Rosemary Court near St. Peter's Howe Road. A 37-year-old woman was shot several times and taken to the hospital with critical injuries. A third person identified as a witness called 911. This afternoon, police told us the woman had surgery and was listed as stable. Neighbors say they're shocked by the shooting as police continue to comb through evidence.
Anything could have ricochet hit one of them kids because they're consistently out here roaming the streets and playing around, and I can say that for sure.
We had evidence that we found outside and inside. And so we're trying to, ascertain exactly where it occurred. We're getting conflicting reports from another individual who was interviewed last night.
St. Charles County Police tell us this evening that there is no threat to the public and this investigation remains open and active. Reporting live here in St. Charles County, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
All right, Diamond, thanks. Just hours ago, a judge granted new bond conditions for the driver accused of killing a Chicago mother and daughter in downtown St. Louis. Prosecutors say Monty Henderson was traveling at least 70 miles per hour when he crashed into Leticia Bracero and Alyssa Cordova. They were leaving a concert 2 weeks ago. Today, a judge ruled Henderson will be on house arrest. He's only allowed to go to medical appointments, his attorney's office, or to court as he awaits trial. Henderson will have to surrender his license. Earlier this month, a different judge allowed him to post bond without any conditions. That's when the circuit attorney requested an increased bond as well as conditions for his release. The teen who escaped from the St. Louis Juvenile Detention Center is now back in custody. He escaped back on February 3rd. The teen is charged with second-degree murder for a homicide in October. He now faces charges for that escape.
A Troy, Illinois man will spend 50 years in prison after intentionally setting a fire that killed a woman. Michael Sloan Jr. pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in January. A judge sentenced him yesterday. Suzanne Tomlinson died in the fire in September of 2022. Sloan admitted to setting it after having an argument with her daughter. Right now, investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a house fire in Chesterfield. It happened on Penhurst Place near West Manor Drive around noon. Fire crews tell us no one was home, but a dog was killed.
Now to that ongoing bus driver walkout affecting St. Louis public schools. Nearly 60 routes went uncovered this morning, and that forced some parents who don't usually have to drive their kids to school to do just that. It's due to employees at the Missouri Central Bus Company calling in sick in protest of the company's handling of a racial issue. The district has canceled all after-school activities and will keep families updated on its website and through text messages.
Right now, political candidates across Missouri have started the process to become eligible for the state's primary election. Notable local politicians who filed today include Wesley Bell, Cori Bush, and Mike Kehoe. Interim Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore also filed paperwork today at the St. Louis City Board of Elections. He's currently serving the rest of Kim Gardner's term. Gore says he hopes St. Louisans give him a chance at a full term.
Get to a place where the vast majority of the citizens in the city of St. Louis can look at the Circuit Attorney's Office and say we are confident and comfortable that they are fulfilling that role in a way that justifies the faith that we place in that office.
Kim Gardner had said she would run for re-election in 2024. No word on when or if she plans to file. The deadline to file is March 26th. The Missouri primary is set for Tuesday, August 6th. President Biden is facing two major tests today, one on the campaign trail, the other in the White House.
That's right. In a high-stakes meeting today, Biden pressed the top four congressional leaders. He wants action on military aid for Ukraine and Israel and to prevent a government shutdown. Without a funding deal, the government will partially shut down come Friday. Meantime, voters are at the polls in Michigan today, where Biden is facing another key test. Some progressive activists are urging Democrats to vote uncommitted to protest the president's handling of the Israel-Hamas war.
To put that pressure on the current administration to call for a ceasefire.
My national security advisor tells me that we're close, and my hope is by next Monday we'll have a ceasefire.
On the Republican side, former President Trump is expected to claim another victory over Nikki Haley in a critical battleground state. Haley is promising to stay in the race through at least Super Tuesday next week. And still ahead, the latest on the mass shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Could those charged in the case soon walk free?
Missouri Governor Mike Parson has sent hundreds of National Guard soldiers to help patrol the southern border. How much it's expected to cost Missouri taxpayers.
And last year was a big year for the Gateway Arch. Just how many visitors stopped at the national park on the riverfront?